Hey guys, how you doing? This is Gersher from Technical Option Traders Inc. Hope you guys are having a great day. So today we're going to talk about breakouts. How do we trade breakouts? What is the best possible way to trade it? Okay, so let's start off with the chart that we have in front of us right now is Costco, right? So breakouts can be very powerful and give us a lot of profits. Even if you're trading shares or option, it doesn't really matter, right? So today we're going to share some charts with you guys and talk about what the possibility of a move is and how we can take advantage of a move and how we can protect our losses, right? So the other thing is, guys, if you guys like my content, please subscribe to the channel and leave some comments and likes below. If you guys would like to see some other content like this, I'd greatly appreciate that. So looking at Costco here, right? So Costco is looking to break out, right? So we have a test of this level multiple times in a 4-hour time frame, and you guys can see the price is consolidated in this area multiple times, right? So this is giving us a picture that Costco wants to move up here, right? But the thing is, this breakout is recurring for the first time. So what we need to have is price discovery. Are bulls really going to take control here? Are buyers really going to keep pushing Costco higher? The way to confirm that, the way I like to trade it, is I like to see a pullback. Okay. So pullbacks are key, and pullbacks tell us an important story, right? So they test initial levels of breakout and to see if the buyers are really in control, because buyers will come back in and buy that position. But for now, you don't trade this. As we can see previous time when Costco tried to break out, it failed, right? So it tried to break out here, it failed again, right? So it's holding this level. So what this is telling us, this is an important support zone right here. So this is a very wide range up until here. So you got two levels here on support, 555, 549, right? So these are areas that were Costco tested previously. So now these were resistance areas which have become demand zone. This is where buyers are sitting and willing to hold the price of this particular stock, right? So Costco can continue to move, but what we want to see is we want to see a retest before it continues to move higher, right? So if you wait for the retest, your chances of success increase greatly, right? So let's just say, for example, you traded Costco at this break right over here, this wick, when this wick was broken. Well, you didn't trade the initial trade. You waited for the pullback. It tested this level. Then buyers came in, and when it closed above it, you traded this move. You would have netted a nice profit on a smaller time frame, right? So it would have gone above 571, and you would have been able to take a nice quick scalp. But if you're holding on to this position, you can see Costco is starting to have a pullback. This pullback could be minor and continue to move higher, or it can break down completely. What we want to see is we want to see the bulls retest this area. If the buyers are sitting there, you will get a better risk to reward in this zone. Okay, so let's give you guys another example. LAC, lithium, is breaking out today, right? So LAC, as you guys can see here, has multiple areas of support and resistance starting from here, right? So this is an area where price is consolidated, and then we can see an area right over here where it has support and resistance levels. If you guys would like to learn how to draw these support and resistance levels, we do offer one-on-one training through our website. I'll attach the link below. So right here is an important level for lithium. As we can see right now, right, lithium is going to retest this level, right, this area right here, which has been proven to be a previous supply area. And as we can see, lithium has set basically a new low for us right here. A new low has been set in compared to this. So we can see the trend is upwards here, right? So these are higher lows, right? But what we need lithium, previously you can see lithium consolidated and it broke up very nicely. But what we need to see a break, a retest, and then a break of this level, and then we can continue. And then we can enter lithium here, right? So this is an important thing to understand here. So lithium, we want to see a break, a retest, and then a continuation higher. But what you should always pay attention to is volume. Right now, as you guys can see, when lithium broke out of this area, the volume here was very, very strong. So buyers were strong. This gives you a strong sentiment to get in to this particular position and hold on to your position, right? You do not want to exit prematurely. You want to have a plan in mind. So right now, I do have a trade on lithium, and my long position is here, and my stop loss is here. And this is based on a different strategy. This is not based on the breakout strategy, okay? So this is based on something totally separate. If you guys would like to learn about that, I shared it in our Discord community. It's listed there as well, right? So just focusing on the breakout strategy right now, we want to see a pullback, a retest, and a breakout, right? So right now support is right here at 32, which is strong. We'll see how this does, right? So an example of a trade that we took today, and which I recommended that we shouldn't take, but we took it anyways, and it turned out to be a loss. Okay, so looking at Facebook here, right? So Facebook went to test right now, as you guys can see, Facebook is clearly in a downtrend, right? It's going to test this level right here, which is about 232. Okay, and the upper levels are right about here, which is around 248. Okay, so today Facebook on the smaller time frame tried to break out above the yesterday's high. Okay, but we know the big resistance is here. Okay, so if we just simply wait, now price is going back to test this level of support, right? If buyers are strong here in this area, price will hold and accept this area, and we will start to see a push above. So this is where in trading you have to be very, very patient. You cannot just rush trades, right? So price will continue come here, test this area. If this area is strong, we will see the stock push above the 230 range and continue to move higher, right? So this is the breakout. So this is on a smaller time frame. So what we want to see is we want to see Facebook get above this level. So we want to see a quick move to about 240. Okay, so you can apply this strategy to multiple time frames. Okay, and you can use that strategy. And the important thing is know when to enter, know when to exit. Okay, so another trade that was alerted but it didn't work out was AMD. Okay, so this trade, was alerted, but right now we can see AMD has been in an uptrend, right? However, the bigger move on the downs, the bigger move or the bigger trend is downwards right now. All right, so this is how the breakout strategy, what I'm showing you, can be applied to multiple time frames. So it doesn't have to be applied to bigger time frames. Okay, so here we can see AMD is testing this particular level, which is around 124 and about 127. Okay, so if we look at this area right here, this is an important zone for AMD. So if we trade in this area, chances of choppiness or chances of us getting faked out are higher. The better chance is we want to see volume pick up, okay, and push AMD through this level, right? So if we look at AMD on the 4-hour, we look at it on the 2-hour, we look at it on the 30-minute, it's giving us a different picture on every time frame. So to understand three-dimensional trading, I will be making a video on that, so just stay tuned to that. So let's look at the AMD here. If it gets above this level right here, which is around 127, it'll be a good trade to possibly take until 132 with a stop loss, right? So the reason for this, or reason why this trade makes sense, is because right now we have an uptrend, we have a pullback. As long as buyers hold this level around 120, 119, this will be a strong move. Right now we're getting Netflix breaking down here, so we'll see what's going on with Netflix real quick. Okay, so that's how my alerts are populated automatically. So as you can see right here, right, so AMD, as long as this level holds, we can see a pushback above. This is an area of consolidation. Okay, so this is something to be aware of. You do not want to be trading in consolidation. You want to wait until that level is aggressively broken. Okay, so right now buyers are stepping in. Okay, let's move into the daily here. There's more buyers here, but as you can see, the candlesticks are painting a totally different picture as they're getting tighter. So we want to be mindful of the candlesticks. They're not very wide. So for a big price action, the small candlesticks are just telling us that a change could be coming in price. Okay, just be mindful of that. So whenever you're trading, remember 3 rules that you guys want to keep in mind. Don't trade the first break. Wait for the retest, then look for the volume. Okay, so don't trade the first break. Wait for the retest, look for the confirmation and volume. So let me give you an example of successful trades here. All right, so let's look at this right here. When AMD broke out of here, right, this was the first level right here. Okay, so this was the first zone right here where you could have entered on the daily time frame. And what matches that is the volume move that happened. Right, we can see a pickup in volume compared to the previous days. The green volume that day spiked up, right, and it continued to be green. A follow through came through, right? So then even when this pullback happened, you can see the pullback was relatively weaker in volume compared to the previous push up, right? So then we have AMD breaking out of this level. So the first test fails, the second test fails. Prime example why you don't want to trade the breakout. So it goes to test the first time, this level the first time around, okay, and then it goes to test it goes to test this level the second time around, okay, and it fails, right? So what we want to do is we want to wait for this level to be broken. Now we know sellers are sitting here. So obviously what we understand is supply is higher than demand right here. So we have to wait for the buyers to come in and step up, right? And we can see that clearly right over here. And they start to push up. And as soon as it gets above this level, you can take a trade and you can put your stop loss where the buyers were. And then you can set your target to your targets depend on so some people, or I myself also, like to set it up a risk to reward at least 2 to 3, okay, or you can do it based on percentages if you're doing options trades. So it depends on what your trading style is, okay. And yes, sometimes you're going to miss out on moves, but that's not the point here. You want to focus on consistent returns. So look at that. That was a big trade for AMD on a bigger time frame, right? So let's look at another trade I can show you guys. Facebook. Okay. So Facebook, as you guys can see here, right now, this is a complete breakdown on Facebook. This is going to retest this level. If Facebook can't get here, this could be a failure. This could confirm that sellers are remaining in control, and Facebook can come all the way down to this, back to about 184, right? So remember, like, this is a breakdown. This is a retest of this level. If buyers cannot step in here, this is gonna fail again, right? That's another possibility for Facebook that could be setting up right now. So remember, don't trade the first break. So this is the first test. It breaks down, maybe goes for another test and breaks down again. That could be the confirmation. So the big one that worked out really well for us, last year was Alibaba. Okay, have a look at this, guys. So this is something to keep in mind. This is what you want to get used to. Okay, so if you're looking at Alibaba here, this is Alibaba breaking down right here, right? So this was the previous level it held, right? And we can clearly see Alibaba in trouble here, but that's okay. So you see how this breakdown happens, then we get a violent rally to the upside, but this is the big level right here, right? So this was the initial break. So like I said, don't trade this break. Wait for the pullback, unable to get above it. Let's see what happens with Alibaba next, right? You see how well this level is respected, right? And then you see a complete breakdown of Alibaba, right? And then where do you want to enter this trade? You can enter it here. That's perfectly fine. And you would short it. And you could put your stop loss right over here. And your target could be, risk to reward, however much it is. So let's just say -3, maybe up until here, right? And you see how this target turns out to be this previous support. That was not intentional. That's just how it works, right? So if we look how this would have worked out for us, right? So have a look at that. So price keeps moving in this area, right? So you see how we have violent rallies. These rallies are important to pay attention to, but you see how this level just never gets defeated. So looking at Facebook, for example, maybe we do have something similar like that forming. Okay, so let's have a look at Netflix. We just got an alert on Netflix. All right, guys, so let's have a look at this. So Netflix is setting up a pattern here. If you guys want to learn about these patterns, there's a lot of free YouTube videos. But once again, if you're looking to fulfill your career as a day trader, you can email me or you can contact us through our website, okay? We do day trading services and we teach you one-on-one. So if you look at this right here, right? So Netflix, this is an amazing setup. So this is a falling wedge right here. But the important part is we need this, for this setup to work, what we need is this. We need a break above, a retest, and then a push, right? But right now, this level of support or resistance is holding really, really well, right? So that's fine. So a break tried to happen, it's not able to do it. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, so when a break happens, you're not able to get through the break, it's going to go retest the previous support, so which is right about here, 367. So if buyers come in here and we set in a higher low, we can continue to push higher. So this rejection is perfectly sound. There's nothing wrong with this. Okay, so don't trade the initial breakout. So let's cover SPY here. Okay, so SPY, as you guys can see, I have the initial pullback rally marked here already. Why I didn't want to trade it, I wanted to see the price continue above. It didn't do that, so that's why I was able to avoid this chop and get a swing down. And here, what I wanted to see was a continuation down after consolidation. So price always moves. The price has muscle memory, okay? It'll move in a certain way, right? It's not able to do that here. So you see how volume comes in now, price is consolidating here. We want to see a pullback and test of 453 and then a push above. If this fails, we can move down further, okay? So this is a quick idea on how to trade breakouts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel.